Hey guys, MC here with PDC Media, and welcome to Creator Connection. In this series, we're going to be interviewing content creators, writers, artists, you name it. This series is about getting to know the current content creators out there, up and coming, medium, big, you name it. And it's just not limited to content creation. We're going to have people that write articles for websites, YouTube personalities, artists, anything you can really think of. This is the first episode, and we're going to kick it off with the Daily Dad. So let's just jump right into it. Here we go. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Al?
All right, we're here. Fantastic.
So obviously I blab, so I'll word vomit all over you. So obviously, cut out. I will not take any offense to anything you cut out for the YouTube video or whatever you're putting together.
No, that's exactly what I want. I want it all. This is all about you, and just I want it all. So yeah, we're kind of doing an interview series, and you're number one. You're number one.
I feel special. So special.
You are. So I have my list of questions for you.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna run down them, and we're gonna learn everything about you. Well, maybe not everything, but
I don't know if everyone wants to know everything.
All right, so we're just gonna kick it right off. Who is the Daily Dad one?
So it kind of started a while back, when I started watching streamers and stuff like that. Back before Tim the Tap Man was Tim the Tap Man, and before Dr. Disrespect was Dr. Disrespect. I was watching those streamers before they became a big deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when they had, obviously I'm a small streamer. Like, I average about 19-ish, and we're climbing each month. But those are the guys I watched. I watched Lyric. Soda Poppin' was every once in a while, but like all the big streamers everyone knows now, I was watching those guys when they were on Justin TV, and
wow.
Right.
Justin
Right. So I was watching it when it was on Justin TV, and then there was another one other than Justin TV. It was like Owned, before Owned.gg became streamer gear, like for your scenes and your emotes and stuff like that. They actually had a streaming service, from what I remember. And so I used to watch that back then too. So like all these people that like came over from Justin T, I've been watching them since then.
Oh my.
Right. So
okay, so like they kind of inspired you to kind of do this and like jump into it, or?
Yeah. So I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know how to build a PC. I never had a PC that could do it, and back then console streaming wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So I also went through a separation with my ex-wife, and so that once again put things on the back burner. So each time that I've wanted to do this, something pivotal has happened. Like either I didn't have the funds to be able to create it back then, or I was going through a personal issue, and now I'm remarried happily. By the way, if Mrs. Arnold is out there listening to this interview, happily remarried to Brittany.
Smart man. Smart man.
Yeah.
Very smart.
I got you, babe. I worked you in there. But she has helped a tremendous amount, more than I could actually, wish for. I can't keep saying all these great things, because then she'll be like, remember, you said that I did a lot. I do a lot. Can't forget Nick. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, sweetie. But no, that's kind of where it originated from. Watching all those streamers that, back before they became what they are now.
Okay, so it's just one of these things where you were watching them, and it's something you've always wanted to do. Things were coming up, but what was different this time? What made it right now? Because we started around the same time, and as far as I recall, but I feel like we started around the same time, and man, you just took right off. It's great to see. But what made this time like actually like stick and like get that momentum really moving forward?
I don't know if you can see it, but I got like nerd chills right now, like from you saying that. So what made it stick this time for me was I had Brittany. Like, first and foremost, I had my wife, and everything was going well. I have two beautiful daughters. They love, my new wife, Brittany. They treat her just like they would like they treat me or my ex-wife or anything like that. But what made it stick is our daughters started watching all these people on Minecraft. Now, Minecraft's not my thing. I know a lot of people love it, but they were
huge.
watching all right,
Huge.
massive.
Still
But
huge.
Still huge. Right,
10 years later.
Yeah, and all these people were putting up YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? And I told my wife, I was like, for Christmas, I want to build a computer that can stream. One computer that can, do the job. I'm not going to do the dual PC or anything like that. And so I built it. I went out, spec parts. I built it myself, put it all together, and, did the old prayer. And I was like, I hope this works. Turned on the first time. And
yes.
Shortly after that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's always a nightmare.
Fellow PC building nerd, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. You do the old pray to Jesus or whoever you do, and you just go, please work. Please, God,
hit
work.
that power on button, and then the horns went and the angels sang.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, great. That's awesome. That is now a little bit of a tangent.
No, you're good.
What's in the PC? What you build it with?
So the PC I have now, because I wanted to upgrade and do certain things with the stream, my original PC couldn't handle that because it had like a 580 Sapphire in it from right. So it's like if anybody if you can go to my YouTube video, I put up I think around my first videos of Subnautica. If you look at that video and then look at the production now, it's like it's immense. Like it's just that computer could not do what the one I have now did. But it was a mid-tier PC that got me started. And like a lot of people say on TikTok now that I'm kind of into that, a lot of people say just start. And it's true. The hardest part is
absolutely.
Starting.
And I see that in your content all the time, especially your TikTok. I pretty much seen all your content and try to interact with it as much as I can. Like, not that I'm stalking you or anything, but
you're good.
I see your followers just keep going up, and then you hit 1,000 because I see that you're live streaming. Like that's wild, man. Tell me what's up with that. That's great.
So the past has a lot to do with how the future's been dictated for this channel. When I first started, here's what happened. I streamed to my wife.
Yeah.
like a lot of people. There's a running meme, and it's 100% true that there's a ongoing joke that a lot of people have one viewer, and that's their spouse or their kids or them on just
their other Twitch account. Yep. Yeah.
Right. And my first day, I met a kid. He's probably not a kid now. He's actually he lives in Canada. I know that, and we got to know each other pretty well. I jumped in the stream, dude. I was struggling playing Subnautica. Like I was straight struggling. And I wasn't, I was like trying to call the plays on the monitor like I preach. But, when you're beginning, you go back into what you used to do occasionally. And It's like you zone in and you're playing the game and you're not speaking. And that's, that really like puts a huge like damper on your, ability to project your personality.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
Because most of us, so when most of us are playing, we're sitting here. I use my daughter's Pikachu controller when playing Pokemon Unite, and I sit there and I started out like this, just like everybody did. But then this kid DJ Hunter comes in, and like I said, I only say he's a kid because I'm 40 years old, and he literally was so kind, walked me through the entire game,
nice
from start to finish. I had my first raid from Verlosive Gaming. Shout out to V. I firmly believe that even though like my wife was supportive and I believed in myself, you need that kick in the ass.
Oh yeah,
right?
100%.
You need that.
100%.
You need that kick in the ass, and this is why it is so important to raid people, because when you're nobody, like me, and then you become something, whatever this channel is of what it's become.
Right.
It started with a match and a spark, right?
Yep.
And I firmly believe that that is important for new people, to be rated. Someone that doesn't have a streamer or doesn't have a viewer or is streaming to one viewer.
Agreed.
I mean, it's
110%. Agreed. That's.
Right,
I mean,
right.
yes.
It's huge. It will push you to the next day. And then when that one person might not raid you the next time, do not become disgruntled. That person might just come into your channel and lurk. And you'll see your viewer count go up because, let's be honest, we all watch the viewer count, especially in the beginning.
Guilty.
Yeah. If somebody says to you that they don't watch their viewer count when they're starting, they're lying.
How could you not? It's like I do it too. I look at my streaming software, look for the count. My eyes are darting back and forth like a crazy person sometimes. But no, I 100% agree.
Yeah,
100%
agree.
agree.
And then so to answer your question, like that's what framed the past to. So then I started TikTok because I don't know how to video edit. Like I'm a fireman and I'm a paramedic. I've never done video editing. Everything that I've done so far is straight off the internet and friends helping. Like without V's help and her coming to my stream, she is over in the UK. She has spent evenings, and there's a 5-hour time difference between her and I. So if it's 5 o'clock here, it's 10 o'clock there. She has been up past midnight walking me through how to do things. And everybody doesn't get that person.
Right.
Right? No, not everyone got lucky and had someone so kind come into their channel and work with them.
No,
so,
yeah, I mean that's got to be huge. Like but that's awesome. That kind of came to you, but you put in the work and it all kind of came together. It wasn't just kind of a one and done kind of thing.
Right. And there's another person, and I'm sure when I spit this name out, like everybody in my chat is going to be like, I know exactly who Nick is quoting. But there's a channel on YouTube that a lot of people go to, and I personally went to multiple, probably hundreds of times. Alpha Gaming.
Oh, Harris Heller.
Yes.
I frequent there more often than I'd like to admit, but 100%. Yes.
So if you're not following Harris Heller, or you don't know of Harris Heller and you're streaming, get on the juice.
Yeah.
Like go get on his channel and drink the Kool-Aid, because that guy is as honest comes. His content is fantastic, and he has a quote that I swear to God, Patrick, I think of this quote every single day, because people will ask me on TikTok and stuff like that. And I'm sorry I didn't answer your question on TikTok. Remind me to get back to that.
No.
But he had a quote in one of his videos, and it goes like this. And I'm probably going to butcher it, but it goes something like this, and I think about it every day. He says, when you're starting, you have a cup, right? Your cup is like this. And there's nothing in it but luck, right? It's all luck at this point. But the amount of time you put in and your hard work starts to fill that cup. The more that cup gets filled up with hard work, the less luck you need.
Agreed. That's
one of
that skill starts to kind of fill up the cup, and you're able to take on the new challenges that might present themselves because you've navigated the water. You've gone through the obstacle.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And that,
agreed.
Absolutely. And if there is anybody that just hears that for the first time, that is day-to-day life. I didn't have that, obviously, when I, in high school, because high school was tough for a lot of people, me included.
Yep.
College was tough for me, guilty as charged. Getting into the fire service, I got in the fire service when your chance of getting a full-time job was like 1%.
Ugh.
But that mentality will almost get you through anything and everything, because it will constantly be in the back of your brain when something starts to get difficult. It will pound its way through the door, and it will tell you, and then it will go back through the door, and it will motivate you to do.
Yes, I 100% agree. I identify with everything you just said. It's but you're right. Harris Heller, he's a great inspiration to me. I love his vibe. I love the people he works with and the brand that he has.
Yeah.
Very informative, and he kind of inspired me to kind of do this thing.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Abate, it took many years to do it, but here we are.
Right.
But I digress.
But you started, right?
But you have to start.
You have to start.
You have to start. I'm in my 30s. I pushed all my creative stuff down.
Yeah.
And did what I was told. I did the safe route. You know what I mean? But you get to a point in your life, and I know the coulda, shoulda, woulda game isn't really a good game to play because you always lose. But I wish I did start this when I was, 20.
I think about that every day, man.
Coming up. But the important thing is you started, I started, and here we are. Like, how cool is that?
Right. Yeah. No. And here's the other cool thing is, like, I would have never met you.
No,
like I would have
yeah.
never met. I would have never met all the amazing people in the chat. I never would have met the amazing people that, I'm not going to get on a high horse and say I've inspired anyone, but there are people on TikTok, and this is what I feel is one of the most important things about content creation or streaming or, putting yourself out there, is that, hey man, when someone asks you a question, they took or had the gall enough to ask you, you need to reply. Like,
oh yeah,
like you need to reply to. I reply to every TikTok. I reply to every YouTube comment. I reply to every. If someone asks or puts a comment, I'm answering it.
And that's great, being putting yourself out there, because they took their time, and then, like, you got to give it back, right? That's what we're here for. We're here for, like, the audience and providing some type of value or some type of entertainment, inspiration, education.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
And that's the best part, because the audience, we love you guys. I mean, I do,
yeah.
But it's just part of it. But back to the main thing, it's like we just started, and that's crazy.
Yep.
It's like happenstance where I don't even remember. I saw you on TikTok, you saw me on TikTok, I saw you, but again, here we are, getting to do awesome stuff like this.
And it's content creation. Like people think that Twitch is just video. A lot of people, I shouldn't say everyone. A vast majority of people think that Twitch is just about video games.
Guilty as
and
charged.
It's not. Right.
No, and you learn.
It used to be that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But now, and I'm not going to throw any other streamers out there or anything like that, but you got people doing animal conservation. You got people showing life at their jobs. You got people playing video games. You got people creating content where people can join in for events.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more than video games. And I wish, and that's one of my things. I want people to have an eye-opening experience that it's not just about video games. And so that's why I started the other thing that I've been doing. That you frequently stop by in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so cool. It's just a different avenue. And it's awesome. And, like, that's actually kind of like a good segue into, like, what does your typical day look like? Because I see you streaming all the time. I catch your live TikToks. You're a father. You're a husband. You do all this stuff. What does your typical day look like? And how do you fit it all? How do you fit it all in?
So to start out with, when I got into this, it was very basic, right? Like you turn on and you stream, and then you turn off, right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't do much of anything else. You're busy creating the channel, the banners, all that stuff. That's all fun. But then that first raid comes, and it gives you some momentum, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you create some videos, you just post some stuff to YouTube, and then some people see that. And then before you know it, you got 50 people and you're an affiliate.
Yeah.
And then the number starts growing, in all hopes that everybody that's watching this, your channel continues to progress and you continue with the momentum. I can give one very specific story that I thought that this was all over. And I don't know if my chat knows about this or anything like this, but this is a gleam into the life of real, like the reality, right? So in May, I started, right? And we were pretty regular, and the kids, our daughters, had just gone back to school because of COVID, right? So now I got time. I can stream.
Yep.
And my typical streaming time is between 10 and 1 o'clock. Sometimes we extend it, and all that jazz. But for all sense of the purposes, when our daughters are home, I do not content create. I know that can affect marriages. I know that can affect relationships with children, because as a dad, like from my standpoint, you immediately become, your kid thinks you are unavailable.
No,
Dad is
yep. No,
right.
yeah.
Dad is working. Dad is unavailable. If I bother Dad's going to tell me to hold on. And for all you people out there that are planning to have kids or do have kids can persevere so much, but everybody's got a line, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a line, and you can only tell your kid to hold on so many times. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I was in my previous marriage, I was not a good father. I was not a good dad. I was not a good husband. I was, in all sense of the purposes, as they would call, trash in my eyes. So, reality for everybody. The guy you see now is not the guy of, 7 years ago.
Right.
Right? I very much believe that people can change, and people should be given ample amount of chances, no matter how many times. And I'm sure that some people might, you can edit this, but I want to make sure that everyone understands, no matter how many times you fuck up, I mean bad, you can always bounce back, right?
Yeah.
You can always bounce back.
You can.
So,
absolutely.
So, sorry about that. My browser went off. My bad. You can always bounce back. So in May, our daughters were done with school. They had gone back to school for 2 months. So I had gotten the streaming thing going, and we had momentum. We were cruising. We were doing the same thing we're doing now. But summer came, and I'm not going to sacrifice my time, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the internet, with my family.
Yeah, no,
right?
Agreed.
By all means necessary, I love putting on a show. I love, interacting with everybody that comes to the chat. But I'm not going to sacrifice my family for this, right?
Right. Nope. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm a dad myself. I got a 4-year-old.
Yep.
And 7 years ago, I mean, he wasn't even a thought yet, but I wasn't a good dude. Like I totally different now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, growing up, like I didn't have the greatest, upbringing or childhood, and it was very rocky and very unstable. But now I get a chance to provide the best for my son, and I'm going to do, as much as I love creating content, I love my son more. I love my wife more. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's like, but that's the thing. Like most people are like, duh, right? But until you're in like this business, content creation, you really don't know how many hours go in outside of just a 3-hour stream.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's and just to be like, I wish I would like to keep hours and stuff like that. And I know to some it might be mind numbing, but the amount of hours that I put in after our daughters go to sleep, because like I said, like content creation, it will eat you alive and it will spit you out with nothing.
With absolutely nothing. With nothing.
And I can't stress that. It will eat you alive and spit you out, and you'll have nothing. Let that sink in for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Between work, family, all that stuff, once they're in bed, do I sneak up to the attic, or my studio, and do I start playing with overlays? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I start
Absolutely.
trying to write scripts and questions for like interviews? Yes. It's, and like
Yes.
if I have like a 15-minute break at work, am I trying to jot down some ideas for
Right.
content? Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. So we get the momentum going into June, right? But then I immediately drop back down to like 4 viewers. And it's like that at that point it was like my wife, it would have been Lily, who is one of my moderators, it would have been V, who has her own channel, so she can't really moderate, but she would jump in every once in a while. It was like the core group, right?
Yeah.
You always got a core group. And so I struggled through, having a regular schedule. And there's another girl, Brooke. She was there. Shadow came along as one of my moderators later. But like I had a good group of what was obviously a bunch of ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who supported me. And I can't thank them enough. But through summer it was very rocky, and was able to start back up in September, and I got on a regular schedule, and I was bound and determined to bounce back from the hole that kind of had been created by taking summer off.
Yeah.
And to tell people that you aren't constantly thinking about streaming, and your numbers, your analytics, that's the best way to say it, and your analytics are taking the plunge and circling the toilet bowl, and you're not thinking about it, you're lying to yourself, and
Absolutely.
you're lying to everybody else. Because you care.
Oh, big time. And if you say you don't, I agree. You might not being so honest. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
yeah,
these things happen. Sorry. These things happen. But you know what? You came back in September, and you're on the up again. You're starting to, you found that kind of like groove, right?
Yeah. So to get into that, to like the daily dad, like how my day will go. So when I started right back into September, I was right into TikTok. I was like, TikTok is the only thing that I can really hit hard because I don't understand Twitter, and I've been moving along. And then I hit another bump in the road with the wife. The wife goes, you're making a lot of TikToks. You're not making a lot of time for me. So I like to obsess over things that I enjoy. I've done it my whole life, and I very much enjoy this. And so I told my wife, I said, sweetie, you're absolutely right. And then she gave me the shock face.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I'm part of that too.
Right. And I said, I'm going to develop a schedule. She goes, okay. And she didn't need me to tell her anything like that. She trusted me. So my morning goes like this. I wake up, or I get home from the firehouse. I come and I eat breakfast. I come down, and the stream, there hasn't been any like technical issues lately. So I don't have to like get that figured out.
Right.
The stream's
absolutely.
The stream's pretty much on autopilot, on just being able to like turn it on, and it works now. Then after the stream, I will go eat, and now I will go work out because the last 2 months I've really let myself go physically. I've not taken care of myself. I come home, I eat again. I will browse through TikTok to get ideas, and then I will go pick up our daughters from school, and until they go to bed, it's dad all night long.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of do this, but my wife will come down, and you see the chair in the background a little bit. We'll be in here together.
Right. Good.
So
that's fantastic.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah.
So a typical day, it's like you got the structure, you got the schedule, and I think that's huge, right? I mean, has that shown improvement in like some kind of like fringe ways, like quality of your stream, quality of the content you think you're putting out?
So yeah, so it is extremely stressful on, like, I'll speak from experience. Like, it is extremely stressful as the streamer. When this is pretty funny. So obviously everyone knows, like, at this point, like, I work as a firefighter as my full-time job. It's the flag in the background. It's, we talk about it all the time in the channel. And the part is sometimes I don't get to sleep the night before the stream.
Oof.
And a lot of people also might not know this. We had our very first subathon, I think it was maybe a month ago, in a couple days. That night, I worked at the firehouse before our subathon. I got 2 hours of sleep.
Oh, Superman.
And And that subathon, I think, went almost 15 hours.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken. I know it went pretty close to 12, but I think it went over that. And our subathon went amazing. We had a great turnout. It was good and everything, but it hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my God.
After about the 5th hour, I had to really dig deep, and it was a struggle, and I was physically hurting. But those are the things that a streamer like myself will do because I promised people a show.
Right.
I promised people a show. I promised them a subathon. I will always over deliver. Always.
You have to. You have to.
That is my mentality. I will always try to overperform something that I did, and that was probably the stream that hurt the most. It was an extreme struggle to get through because sleep deprivation, man.
It's real.
That shit sucks. Yeah, it's very real.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I struggle with getting like 2 to 3 hours on stream, but over 12, I commend you, brother. That's fantastic.
Yeah, like I said, it was tough. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't answer your question on the TikTok growth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, my apologies. It just triggered in me. Do you want to revisit that, or do you want?
Yeah, let's talk about some TikTok.
Okay. So the whole TikTok thing. We're at like 1,450, 1,450. I think we might be over that now.
Very nice.
Since the stream, I didn't
nice.
check it. So you want to be a streamer, right? And you want to get your name out there. I can tell you right now that there are trolls under every single bridge that you will cross. There are some TikTok people that, once again, I would have never met them even on Twitch. The thing about reaching out and into other social medias is not, it's for you, right? It's for you to get your name out, right, Patrick?
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing that you don't realize, and this might be an eye-opening experience for a lot of people, the one thing you might not realize is that when you reach your hands out, there are other people reaching their hands out.
Oh yeah.
And then you meet all these other new people and all these other content creators, and then you become friends with them, and then you realize, holy smokes, they got like thousands of followers.
Like, yeah.
And then they have like 100 followers, and then they follow you. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, right?
Following my dumbass.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then they're like, and then slowly the comments will start to dribble in off TikTok. And so our first viral, I guess, TikTok was the one where I was asking people, do you play certain games? And if you do, come to the channel and I will play games with you. Because let's face it, there's a lot of people out there that don't have people to play games with.
Agreed. No, 110%.
Right? And I wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to play on stream. Because let's also face it, some people are not as lucky to be able to have the ability to have a streaming setup.
I 110% agree. That's kind of the thing, like, another thing that kind of like motivated me was like, I'm privileged enough to be able to kind of self-fund this little project of mine. And like, some people aren't as fortunate. They might not be able to get their hands on these new games or some of these other games. And maybe they just need an escape. We could help them do that. And I think that's fantastic what you're talking about. Absolutely. 100%.
So we'll go back to the beginning, right? When I'm watching Doc, I'm watching, Soda Pop and Lyric, all these streamers before even Twitch was a thing. I would want to play with them, but I never got the opportunity. Didn't have the funds, didn't have the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when we do our community days on this channel, I make sure that the games that we play, no one has to spend a dime.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
So I make sure they're Jackbox games. I make sure, it's Gartic Phone. I make sure it's Pokemon Unite. I make sure, all these some of them are, AAA titles that they don't have to pay for, or, they're just community games in general. And people sub to my channel, and I am eternally grateful for that. And so my way to give back to subs and viewers, because let's face it, not all viewers can spend $5 a sub or even give 1 red cent to a streamer.
Of course.
But my job as a streamer is to make sure you, the viewer, get a good show.
Absolutely.
And so when I am given money for the stream, I throw that money back into it. And it's not in the form of a microphone. It's not in the way of a new mouse or a monitor or, a camera or ring lights or anything like that. It goes back to you, the viewer. And that is, when I first started the stream, if I thought that I could kind of get some kind of traction, I would do that. And luckily, I've been able to have people that sub to the channel and, give back.
And I've seen the community games that you play, and, very interactive, and everyone is like having a great time. And
yes.
And it's very interactive, and because you really don't see, I don't see that a lot on Twitch. If you look at some of the other small content creators or medium size, they're honed in and focused on the game. Some games you have to, but like the Jack in the Box stuff. What was that other game with the phone?
Guarding Phone.
Yes, like that. It's very welcoming and very inviting, and I can't keep up with your chat when you're doing things like that, and you're making people feel a part of, and I think that's awesome.
The other thing, because I got chat off here to my right, one of my moderators, Lily, she's fantastic. She just reminded me, thank you for saying something, Lily. So I also, because my moderators, obviously, most moderators do it for free or out of the kindness of my heart, out of the kindness of their heart, they donate their time.
Yeah.
And I make it so in those community games, it just so happened. And by the way, if any of the moderators are in there, I do have a Christmas present. So don't think that you're not getting a Christmas present this year. Just wanted to do a little shout out to that.
Yes.
Obviously, cut that out if you if you want for the video or for the audio. But I wanted to give a shout out. If somebody can't win the game, or they can't get in or something like that, I do giveaways.
Awesome.
And one thing that can transfer across the entire world is Amazon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I make sure that I once again take the money. I once again take the money that people donate. I mean, when they sub or when they donate, I take that money and I go buy gift cards.
Awesome.
So then I do raffle giveaways. So in case you didn't get to play, you still can come away with something.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yes,
that's
so
fantastic.
That's another way I try and give back to the channel for some people who, because I make it 3 hours and sometimes there's a line.
Yeah.
But I don't want those people to feel like they got neglected, so I give them the opportunity to be raffled in a giveaway, and I think I gave either $20 or $30 away that day.
Very nice.
And Amazon gift cards. So that was another way I tried to do giveaways.
That's awesome. It's giving back. Not investing in the actual equipment or the stuff, but you're investing in the community. That's very cool. I like that a lot. It's very awesome. So now that we kind of we've seen your growth and how you started and a little more about you, I'd like to turn the focus a little more to the future and maybe one or two hypotheticals. So
okay, yeah, absolutely. I like that game.
Well, yeah. Let's play it then. Let's play it.
All right.
So one of the things I like to ask is if you could put up a billboard anywhere in the world or all over the world, what would your billboard say and why?
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here. Open arms for everybody.
Yep. You are welcome here, because I know that obviously I'm a white male, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that I was the person who I am or how my daughters view me, right?
Yes.
When my kids look at me, they see me as this upstanding person who they trust and that they can put their faith in to not let them down. And not only not let them down, but to be respected. When they speak, I listen. Right? And that's what a lot of parents, you need to understand this. Your kids will tell you everything you need to know, but you need to be listening.
Yeah, I have to have open ears for that. I agree. I think that's true for not just like our kids and stuff, but for people in general.
Yep.
I like that, you are welcome. Just I'm here. I said, we're very privileged to be in the position that we're in.
Yep.
To be able to do stuff like this. And there's a bit of responsibility to it. You know what I mean? Maybe help someone that doesn't have a voice or doesn't think they have a voice.
Yep. And here's another point. Like, I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what background you have. I don't care what race, gender. Like, I'm sure I'm leaving some other things on the table, but I don't care. I honestly don't care.
And no, absolutely.
There's one thing I do care about, and that's someone who lacks respect. Someone who lacks respect they will immediately get banned out of my channel. And my mods are very aware of that. We care. We do not ban people. I mean, we've probably banned, in just the last 2 months, we've probably banned one person.
Okay.
But we do it, just like a lot of other channels. There is a zero tolerance policy for that stuff.
Absolutely.
Now you can josh around and joke with people, right? Because I mean, let's be honest. Like, I come from a firehouse. Like, it's dark humor.
Yeah, right.
All the time.
Right.
But there's a line, and everybody knows it. And as soon as you cross that line, you're out.
Absolutely.
Right. And it's not like you wouldn't be welcomed back, but you need to understand that is not going to be allowed in our channel.
Yeah, no fly zone right there. No fly.
Right.
And that's good because, like you said, your message is you are welcome, and but you're standing firm. Like, you don't tolerate the the hate, the vileness, and it's important for people to realize that, like, you are welcome.
And I can. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
So one thing is, like, trolls will obviously be all over Gartic Phone because they're free games, right? It's easy access for trolls. I have made more people in this channel be friends of this channel when they started out as trolls. I mean, like,
very nice.
Hardcore trolls, because I don't care. I don't feed into it. I don't care. Like, when they play Gartic Phone, people draw, certain body parts, wink, wink, if you know what I'm saying. I don't care. And as soon as they realize that there's no rise or reaction out of that stuff, they stop. And they actually join in the fun. They're no longer, getting a high off of the, reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And they just become themselves. And I see them in the channels regularly.
Nice. Very cool.
So even if you're a troll, I don't care. I'm not going to ban you. There's the line of which you do get banned. But, like, let's be honest. We were all kids. We all did dumb shit growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as somebody didn't give us a certain reaction, we settled in and we became ourselves.
Yeah. I agree. Sometimes it takes a little longer for others. That's fine. But, there comes a point where it's like, oh, yeah, okay. Let's kind of fall in line, and we don't have to act a certain way to get a rise, or we can just be ourselves and be a part of.
Right. And I've never had this directly say anything to anybody. Like, never once.
That's cool.
Have I ever directly. It's just, and I forget where I heard this also, but it's the vibe of your channel, and a troll will immediately understand that they're A, not going to get through, and B, you might as well buckle in and settle down.
Yeah.
It just join in the fun, and they usually do. Like I said,
that's cool. That's
very rarely
cool.
had anyone do that.
Very nice. That is I like the message, and I like you back it up with, if things have to be taken care of, things are taken care of.
Right.
That's awesome.
It's having great. It's also having great mods like Lily, Shadow, and Brooke. I mean, your moderators toe the line for you.
Right. That's cool. That's fantastic. So I hope to see You Are Welcome billboards up very soon.
Right.
That would be very cool.
Yeah.
I would actually love to see that. That would be so cool.
That'd be some pretty sweet stuff.
So it's one of these things where it's like, so like hypothetically, like if they're like to put those billboards up or what have you, if you had no limits, no constraints, like money wasn't an option, time wasn't an option, anything like that, like what other would you pursue bigger projects, or is there a certain project that you're kind of pursuing now, or kind of looking forward?
Yeah. So looking forward, we want to get the YouTube channel going, and so my overall goal, looking to the future, is to employ people.
Nice, very cool.
So my whole idea is that I want people to have a chance. All right, so let's run through a scenario, right? Let's say you're a kid coming out of college and like you're a video editor, right? And or you're a gentleman who got laid off, right? Because there's that still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're a lady who's just not been given her shot for whatever reason. I want to find people who were not given their shot or not given their due, like I was growing up, and I had to really fight and claw and scratch to where I got to today.
Yes, sir.
To give you a shot. I want to give that person, because those people will work harder than anybody else out there. I can guarantee it.
That is the truth. Nope, that is 100% a factual statement.
I will not have to go to that person and have them redo something, or expect some kind of backlash. That's kind of an abrupt, rough term, but like that person will work so hard, I will barely have to tell them what to do.
Right.
I'll be like, hey, I need you to make a YouTube video, and it will be done. And yes, like we're working together, so there's going to be some back and forth. Like, hey, I'm thinking this, and you're the video editor, so you'll be able to tell me, nah, it's not going to work, Nick. Like,
yeah,
that's not a thing. And I'll be like, all right, got it, 100% understand. But I want to employ a social media manager. I want to have a full-time YouTube editor. I want someone that can, do like the really cool, like you've seen some of the Twitter things that people post, and I'm like, how do you even make something like that on Twitter?
Unreal.
I want to
unreal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is
absolutely unreal.
And I want to, those people that end up losing their job, or those people that didn't get a shot, I want to find those people and give them not jobs. I might have said that earlier. I want to give them a career.
Right.
A steady paycheck that they get, that they earn. And then I can focus more on the content creation for the stream. I can talk to the social media manager and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Do you think that's a good idea? When you have people you can bounce ideas off of, you do a much better job.
I agree 110%. And for everyone listening right now, like the social media stuff, the video editing stuff, the network, all that stuff is being taken on by you, the streamer. Like you are. Right. So when we were talking earlier about, it's not just hitting go live. You have to manage your TikToks, your Twitters, your YouTube, reaching out to people, making sure you're out there supporting others that help support. And it's just, it consumes a lot. And
yes.
To be honest, when I first started streaming, I was like, easy. I'm gonna hit go live. I'm gonna play a video game, and I'm gonna be the next ninja.
Right, and people are gonna love me.
Yeah, and then like a week into it, it was like, oh my god, I have to do this, and this, and this.
Yeah,
it was a wake up call. It was a wake up call. But that's
It is.
that's awesome. You want to grow, you want to scale. And like, is there like one project that like you're just kind of itching to do? Like maybe not this year or next year, but like a someday project. Like if there was no, like you had all the time, you had all the money, you had all the resources. Is there like the one project that
you're gonna get it? No one else knows this but my wife. All right, this is what do they call it in interviews? What do they like? Not a secret, but like you're gonna get like the first.
You're gonna get the inside scoop. This is what it is. This is the inside scoop.
All right, inside scoop. All right, anybody listening? An exclusive.
Exclusive. Thank you. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yes, an exclusive for you, buddy. All right, so for anybody that's still listening, everybody hanging out, relaxing, listening to this interview, I am working on gathering small streamers to have an event. So you will soon be hearing from me if you have an audience. I'm trying to keep it like so we have a certain amount of people that have an audience. I'm trying to gather people who average around, and it can be little, it can be lower, it can be higher, but people that are average around 10 viewers. I'm going to put together a tournament. To which there will be earnings and stuff like that. And I'm going to have it before Christmas. So there are specific streamers that, like I said, this stuff costs money, and they can have a little extra for Christmas in their family.
I like it. I want to know more, but I'm not going to dig because I want to see this organically. I love it. I'm glad everyone in chat right now, you guys got the exclusive. Okay, so like you got, that's very cool. That is fantastic. I'm very excited to see what comes of this.
I'm super pumped too. It'll be my first time doing it. I've done multiple collaborations with other streamers like around, because around my size and stuff like that.
Yep.
But my goal is to. And my friends that I collab with might not know the other person that I collab with, and so we can make this big, ring of friends that we can all grow up together with.
Right, because you're building the connections, you're building that bridge, and like that's really cool. Like that's actually like building the community. You hear everyone say, "Oh, let's build a community," but that's building a community.
Yes.
That's very, very cool.
So that's something I got working around in the background, and I'm super pumped up to have that because I feel like all the people I know are super awesome, right?
Yeah.
I think they're all fantastic, and I want them to meet the other people that I know that are super awesome, but I can't take away time from everything else because let's be honest, like every time that you split off to create something, that's less time somewhere else.
Exactly.
And typically that's with the family. So there's only so many hours in a day.
Right.
So that is something I want to give back to my friends who have shown, and like I said, people that follow the channel, other streamers that I collab with, that's my way of giving back to them. An opportunity to have more eyes on them, to be an event that's fun and cool, that's a tournament style, that everyone can have a good time with and enjoy each other's, company.
That's what I like to hear. That is, like I said, I am very excited for this project. Inside scoop. So I can't wait. That's
Thank you.
That's
really
awesome.
I'm excited.
Now I know. Wow, we've been going good. I only have 2 more questions for you. So these are kind of like the closer questions.
No, you're all good.
Because I know you got stuff to do. I gotta go stuff later too. Because content creation, hard stop. Gotta take care of like the IRL stuff. So
Yep, absolutely.
So this is all very inspiring, and this is so awesome that we got to do this. And we got to learn a little about you and kind of a little background of you. And I was just wondering, like, what was the best advice that was ever given to you? Now, it doesn't have to relate to streaming, but it could be streaming, overall life stuff, career stuff, or like what was the thing that was just like, this is what I have internalized. This is my mantra.
So it goes back to that mindset that I talked with Harris Heller, where he talks about the cup or the glass. That's one mindset. But for those people, I guess I should answer it this way, because I get a lot of comments and a lot of questions and behind the scenes stuff. Hey man, you're always so happy. You're always so positive. If and to be honest with you, I shared a TikTok and I don't know how well it did. I kind of check them from time to time how well they're doing, but I literally put them out there, and then I don't, I try not to check that often. Sometimes, to be honest with you, I do check them quite often.
These happen. This thing happen.
Yes. Some of them blow up. Some of them don't.
Oh, I know it.
And so there's one that I put out about my content creation and it doing the one guy who does the hand back and forth over the other hand. And sometimes, man, yeah, it's really tiring. And it's really a struggle to come up with new content. Like it's really, really hard. And then, you put it on top where you're second guessing yourself as a dad. Am I doing the right thing? Am I not spending enough time with my family? And that's where the schedule comes along.
Right.
All I can say is if I were to roll it all up into one, because, all the questions people ask me about, I'm not getting any viewers. And it's weird, like when you're the streamer and, you're a small streamer.
Yeah.
And people are asking you, like, I can't get viewers. What am I doing wrong? All I can say is that you will constantly be knocked down in this world. It is 100% going to happen. You're going to continually get knocked down. And all you got to do with that bloody lip and that puffy cheek and that, lack of air from just getting, socked in the stomach, and this is all mentally, not physically,
right.
Everybody.
Of course.
Is you just got to get that one leg up, put your hand on that knee, and use the momentum of getting and standing back up. Because I've had people come into my TikToks and tell me, well, the advice I'm giving is wrong, although it seems to be working.
I'd say so.
Like, I had a guy just recently, I was checking it on stream, who had like 16,000 followers, right?
Wow.
And he decided to comment and say, this doesn't work. You can't believe this. It was my 4 steps, just 4 helpful steps. It was randomly 4. It was about funneling your content and stuff like that,
yep.
Which, by the way, anyone that's like big says that's, you want to funnel the people to where you want them to go. If you want them to go to Twitch, you funnel them to Twitch. If you want them to go to TikTok, you funnel them to TikTok. If you want to go YouTube, you funnel to YouTube. But this guy, 16,000 followers, tries to kick my legs out from underneath me, saying that what I'm saying isn't true. And I hearted his comment because I appreciate everyone's, thoughts. But I told him, and I was like, hey, I don't know if this didn't work for you, or like a roundabout way. I said, I'm sorry it didn't work for you, but this worked for me. It's working. And You don't need to be mean. You don't need to be rude. But you do need to set the record straight. And
yes,
you don't have to do it with a firm hand. You say it with the blood in your teeth and the busted up face that someone just socked you with, and you go, hey man, I appreciate your support and giving me that comment, because I'll be honest with you, him putting that comment in there pushed me through the algorithm, and a bunch of more people are going to see my video.
There you go.
So hey, don't let your difficult beginnings dictate your future. There you go.
There you go.
Good?
I like it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that kind of like rolled in perfectly because you just gave some great advice to this. Like I like to ask like, what's the best advice given to you, and like what's the best advice you could give, like, and like there it is.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Just
yeah.
You just laid it all out there. I love it.
Yeah, I would say that's it. I mean, like I said, it's a tough road, and if you think getting into this, just my words telling you that are not enough. I'm telling you right now, me just speaking to you and telling you this, my words to explain to you how difficult this journey is not enough. It just isn't.
You know, I'll agree to disagree with that because I think those words coming from you, I think they are. I think it's great advice, and you never know who you're gonna like. I don't know, touch or like inspire, or
Yeah.
who you're gonna influence, or like maybe you're planting a seed in someone's head right now. It may not sprout overnight, but hey, maybe
Right.
like a month or two later, they're like, I get it now.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah. Maybe
fantastic.
maybe that's the better way of going about and saying it. Like that is yes, I would 100% agree. I come in a little aggressive sometimes. It's just the
Nothing
nature
wrong
of
with it. Nothing wrong with it.
No, I do come in a little aggressive sometimes. I would agree with what you're saying. Like the way you said it is a better way, a much more eloquent way of saying it because content creation is difficult, and people find their own way.
They do.
Everyone's got their own thing, and I think that's a really like positive way of looking at it. Is you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can. And like you set it up perfectly. Like get knocked down, hand on the knee, get back up.
Yes.
And that cup, going back to that Harris Heller metaphor, that luck starts to go smaller, and that skill and the talent and the know-how starts to fill that cup up. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that is utterly fantastic. So those were my questions for you today. So thank you very much for letting me do this. This is awesome.
Oh, I appreciate the heck out of you, man. I thank you very much.
So we're excited because the plan is this is the first episode of something that's going to be being pushed to YouTube in about a week or two. And if there's anything that you'd like to plug or shout out, obviously I'm going to have all your information linked in the description down below. But if there's anything specific that you want to get out there, go for it, brother. It's yours.
Yeah. So I want to thank a couple people. They might not even be in like listening anymore, but I want to thank Verlosive Gaming for getting me really on the momentum of getting out of what I felt like I was getting into this and really getting the ball rolling. I want to thank my mods, Lily, Brooke, and Shadow. Thank you very much. I want to thank a lot of the regular people that I see as my viewers. I do want to give a special shout out to Rose and it's Red Rose and her husband Tornin. They like a ton of my stuff on TikTok. I very much appreciate it. And if you want some other content creators that are a lot of fun to watch, Graceful Slob, she's a really good person on TikTok and Twitch. Chris being Chris, he's really good on Twitch and TikTok too. And Pastor Gaines is another one.
Pastor Gaines, yeah, I know him. Yep, absolutely.
Yep, Pastor Gaines. But honestly, if I can say one more thing to kind of make sure that people are kind of aware of what can happen out here on Twitch, is that everyone's got a dream and you just got to start, right? Be careful of trolls, be careful of negativity, be careful of sponsorships. That is all reflections of you and your channel. If I could give another piece of advice, always check the channel. This is something V taught me from Verlosive Gaming. She taught me, always check the channel before you rate it, because you might be sending them your channel who trust you into a channel that doesn't quite, have your line.
Doesn't quite fit.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Understandable.
and lastly, I want to thank you, Patrick. I appreciate this. this is my first time interviewing, and I know I can be long-winded, but I appreciate just the opportunity to do something like this because I'll be honest, I never thought something like this would happen on this channel.
That's awesome to hear.
Never.
It's you never know where this journey takes you. It's content creation's a funny thing. Like this is my first interview too. I've never done this before. I never thought I would. I never thought I'd have the guts to come out and ask someone to interview him, but I love it, and I can't wait to get this edited and put together and get it out there for more people to see. I think that's going to be great.
Thank you. And without, forgetting, I don't want her to think that I forgot. Thank you to my wife, Brittany.
Good job. Like it. Perfect.
Hey, thanks again, Patrick. And once again, I'm there for anybody. Like I said, I reply to all comments, all messages. So whether long-winded, couple words, we make sure that we are, as content creators, you're supposed to be available. And that's what I try and be for everybody.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, again, thank you for this wonderful interview. And I can't wait to see this big project coming up. Very excited for it.
I'm pumped. I got some. I haven't sent it out yet because I know Thanksgiving's about to come up for some people here in the States. But be on the lookout. If you're in here and you're listening to the stream, be on the lookout. You're probably going to get a message from me for a tournament. So I'm super pumped up about it as well.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we will catch you next time.
All right. Thank you, Patrick.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, see you, buddy.
Later. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That's the end of the first episode of Creator Connection. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed creating it. Remember, click that like button, notify, and subscribe. We will catch you on the next episode.